welcome to ADSI.
And she is pretty much the face of ADSI. She
Thank
welcomes
you.
everybody who comes into the office and is the first touch point for all of our clients.
Thank you.
It's great to be here at ADSI this morning. Thank you, Joanna and April, for having us over.
So we're really excited to welcome you to Auburn today and show you what we do.
I've said ADSI for a reason. I'd like you to give me the full name of it so that I do remember it, but you know.
Yeah. So ADSI stands for Accessible Diversity Services Initiative, and we were one of the original migrant resource centres that was set up around Sydney to support newcomers.
Oh, how long back was that?
It's 30 years. We established it in 1996, so this year we're celebrating our 30th anniversary.
30 years operating from the site, so we really are a community institution in Auburn. Grabs photos of all of our key events, and so as you walk down you'll see I think almost the full 30 years of history across the organisation. But it was one of the cool things for me when I started here, being able to see all of the work that we've done and all of the amazing people that have been part of the organisation. It's quite special, and I think for me one of the biggest things about this place-based service, my husband is Turkish and his family, before I even thought of working here, when we were clearing out the house after his mother passed away, we found documentation from here, so she'd obviously accessed the services at some point. So it really, for me, feels like I've come full circle.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that, you know, I'm able to give back to a community organisation that obviously supported my partner's family when they migrated to Sydney. So
I have worked with ADSI. Lead has worked with ADSI for years now. We are very familiar, and I was saying to Sadaf this morning as we were driving here, that if we were to capture all your services, it will take us the whole day.
it's probably true. Yeah.
So, you know, from supporting children, young people, families, to communities, to aged care, to settlement services, to emergency services, and you know that keeps going. But throwing it back to you, could you highlight some of your key services that are supporting local community children, families, young people, you know, in general? What would you highlight to the sector?
I would say we pride ourselves in providing services in all stages of life, really, from the cradle to the grave. So our child and family programs provide a range of services to families with children under the age of 12. And then we have a youth program that sort of takes over from that age on. So we cover all ages of childhood and young people. And we have a settlement program that supports refugees and migrants who newly arrived in Australia. Again, instead of helping them with all stages or I guess aspects of their settlement journey. And we help the homeless, people who are at risk of being homeless as well, helping them navigate the housing pathway, secure temporary housing, to permanent housing as well. So we have recently really enhanced our finance capacity program. We have a big emergency relief program that could help people who are struggling financially. So I guess that really captures the range of community services we provide. And of course we have a big aged care and NDIS services as well, big and growing, which provides services to those two particular cohorts, older people and people with disabilities. Today we have a English learning group happening for our Chinese settlement program. So as you can tell, they're working very hard to try and improve their English.
Our original purpose hasn't actually changed too much to what you see on the website today. We really are about empowering the communities that we're working with, so ensuring that they have access to the information and the systems that they need to really participate fully in society. So it's less a kind of band-aid on an immediate need and more trying to provide holistic support to help someone really take their place and find a sort of socially connected, economically secure position within Australian society.
Is there ever a need to refer members coming to you for support to any other organisations?
Yeah, we do. We don't provide, we are holistic services, but we don't provide everything. Like our housing, obviously we don't have accommodation. We work with public housing providers, social and community housing providers very, very closely, and also the private market as well to help and help people access accommodation. Child and family mental health, we don't again directly provide that counselling or psychological support. We refer them out. So yeah, we work very closely. DFV, we're not a DFV specialist just yet. So
just yet, I hear that.
With those specialist providers very closely as well. Yeah.
Except sometimes, the way things are at, our systemic barriers are such that people accessing our services feel like a piece of paper at times. If we don't coordinate, we don't work with each other closely and collaborate in the right way.
And that's why I think this program you're running is hugely important, because I've seen just in my short time in the sector that where the departments are cutting funding is in supporting those networks, is in supporting the referrals. So that burden is falling more and more onto us to drive ourselves, and it's incredibly challenging with limited funding.
Exactly. When every dollar what we get, we as organisations are committed to giving it back to our community members who are availing the services. So who then takes the responsibility for supporting those who are supporting members experiencing vulnerabilities? So what kind of workforce do you have at the moment providing the range of services we just talked about?
Incredibly diverse. So I think the majority of our staff speak a minimum of 2 languages, generally more, so that they can support the communities that we're working with. And generally our team come from the communities that we're working with. We have 76 people on payroll. Of those, a number of casual workers sort of supporting aged care and NDIS, and about 28 FTE across office and program support. So we're growing,
which is indicative of the good work services you're doing, but also the growing need of the sector, right?
Absolutely.
So, talking about the workforce, it's been a privilege for Lead and myself to be working with your teams in different capacity. I can't help myself but asking the question, could you highlight some of the things that may have benefited your workforce in terms of being a member of Lead, partnering with Lead, not only for collaborative things like Link Network, but also from a professional development and well-being perspective?
Yeah, I guess you guys play a critical role in the sector capacity building. Yeah, really well done to your 40 years, was that last year you're celebrating, so congratulations again. But we have benefited immensely from your, like you mentioned, the Linkers Network you've been running for many years. We're part of it, that collaboration, you put people together, sharing information and having those sub-working groups tackling specific issues as well. The professional training, professional development opportunities you guys provide, I think we've got you guys over for a number of trainings already on our team. Immensely helpful and very relevant to the sector. So we need people like you guys to continue to support us and to help us grow.
It's been a very, I think it's been a really good journey working with ADSI, because often the way we operate is we don't publish a calendar of events. We talk to workers in the sector, to leaders in the sector, to board members, to seeing what are the current needs, but what are the emerging needs as well, so that we can curate the learning. And we are a firm believer that our workforce comes with skills or lived experience. What they need is top-up skills, timely, top-up, accessible skills. So that's what,
and I think that's one of the helpful things to know, is that we can ring you and say, hey, we need training on very specific grant-related area within the community services, and know that there's will be something high quality available that ticks the boxes and meets our needs. That's not sort of generic one size fits all or trying to force, corporate compliance training into a community shaped box.
How do you ensure that your board always has the finger on the pulse of what's happening in the sector, so that the strategic direction is, helping in ways to support the community?
There are a whole range of things that we do, and it's funny, this is a very timely question because our Governance and People Committee just spent an entire meeting discussing and debating mechanisms that we should be putting in place to really ensure that connection, because we've recently moved from a community-based board to a skills-based board, so it's created further challenges in bringing those perspectives through. We have been looking at our governance best practice and sort of been working our way through a checklist in terms of the board measuring performance, having a clear code of conduct, having clear expectations. We've just done a skills gap, so when we recruited our last board member to make sure that we were bringing the right skill set into the organisation. And we're now in the process of mapping what is evolving and changing from a governance perspective. So this is sort of last couple of meetings of the Governance and People Committee in terms of getting some of this stuff in place and thinking how can we really ensure that everyone in the organisation is skilled in the way that they need to be to deliver to their role.
So it's actually top down, bottom up. It has to happen that way. And would you be okay to showing us around a little bit where the services, who are involved in the services, where it happens here in the office, given the history that you shared earlier, Joanna? I'd love to see around.
I think when you look around the office, you'll be able to tell we've been here for 30 years.
Yes.
Okay. Well, come around.
Tarella and Fidos, who work out of this office, I think are two of our longest standing employees, and they do a lot of our family programs.
How are you, Sharmily?
I'm doing well, thank
How's
you.
the
How are
work
you?
going on? Going good? Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
far so good.
Yeah, nice
Can't
to
complain.
see you
I know,
after a
I
while.
know.
Yeah.
We've been working together for how many years now?
Quite a bit.
Quite a
Since
bit.
we started off with the Linker Network and things
Yes.
like that, we collaborated more. So yeah, it's been a while. And
how
it's
things
like
going?
nice pleasure working with you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
and thank you for the great work that
No,
you do.
thank you. My
So,
pleasure always.
look
You have a
after
lovely
yourself.
day.
See you.
Nice to meet you. And what's your role at ADSI?
I'm the head of client services.
And what does that mean?
It means pretty much to run the programs from the operational side, to ensure the team's running well, the managers and also the teams well, and making sure we serve our clients the best possible way.
I put you on the spot, but thank you so much for being such a good sport. Yeah, thank you. Lovely meeting you.
It's been an absolute delight to host you today and to show you around our premises in Auburn. I think at ADSI we're a strong believer that we're stronger when we work together and stronger when we act as community. So it's really exciting to have organisations like yours to partner with.
Thank you for having us.